Yo, what's going on, guys? Fireburner here, and today I have a pretty special video for you guys. This is something that I've been getting asked to do since I was competing pretty much, and it's a 50-50 tutorial. This is basically how I've always approached my 50s and my challenges ever since I was playing, and it still works to this day. But yeah, pretty much in this video, I'm going to be over two things. One, basically how to challenge when you have no boost and you're kind of dribbling out of defense, right? And you don't have a lot of momentum going into the ball. And then the second thing I'm going to be going over is how to challenge or how to 50 when you're going full speed into the ball and then someone else is also going full speed into the ball. How to approach that and how to 50-50 into that. All right, so what I'm going to show you guys, this is actually super effective whenever you guys are low boost or on defense, right? And you're trying to dribble it out of defense to maintain possession, and you kind of want to bait them in, right? For them to, like, challenge you full head of steam, and you just bait them in, 50 them, and then just break out of defense, right? This works defense, midfield, anywhere on the pitch pretty much, right? So with this tactic, if you time it right, you should at the very least have the 50-50 go even, right? Or have the ball die right in front of you so you can follow it up yourself, which is still way better, obviously, than just getting dunked on or 50 or just like, completely beat, right? So this whole strategy or tactic, I guess, is just all about timing. So you just basically, the whole point is that you want to jump after they hit the ball. You always want to be the second one to hit the ball, because if you're the first one to hit the ball and I can literally just single jump and you just hit the ball straight into me, as long as I'm covering majority of the ball, I'm going to be able to out 50 you, and then I'm just going to dunk you. And the ball's going to go flying past you, right? So in this one instance here, I'm going to let it play. I'm dribbling, right? And then as soon as I see that this guy's jumping, right? So as soon as I see that he jumps, let me back it up one more time. So here, right here, he jumps. I'm like, okay, that's it. He like fell for my trap pretty much. So now, as soon as he jumps, I wait half a second for like right when he's about to hit the ball. Then I single jump and flip, and then I'll be able to win slash at least kill the ball, right? At least have the 50-50 go even. So this is what I do there. I hit him once, right? I jumped after, I flipped, and then once again, I'm gonna wait for it again, wait for it, and then I save my second flip for him to make contact with the ball, and then I flip again to overpower him, and the ball goes sideways. So that's just one quick example right there. But basically the whole point of what I'm going to show you guys, the common theme is that you basically just want to wait to be the second person at the ball. And then if you're going to flip, you can do this with single jumping. You can diagonal flip, either or. I personally, for me, I always notice that it's better, or it's a little bit more efficient for when I just single jump and don't move. Pretty much, I don't flip. I mean, you can move your car side like left or right, whatever direction you want. But the biggest thing is that you just single jump behind the ball and just kind of absorb all the contact pretty much, right? Because as long as you're second one to hit the ball, he's gonna go flying past you, and then your car's gonna absorb the ball's like power or whatever, I guess. And then you're just gonna win the 50-50 instantly. Sometimes it'll go flying past them, or sometimes it'll land right in front of you for you to follow it yourself. So that's just one example. Alrighty, so here, once again, I'm coming out of defense, right? I just want to bait in a challenge. I just want to maintain possession, bait in a challenge. Okay, I'm keeping it close. At this point, I kind of bait the touch out, right? You see how I kind of like hit it away from me a little bit? So that way I can create that little bit of separation between the ball and my car. So that way there's room for the ball for him to hit the ball into me, right? And then as he's hitting the ball into me, I'm going to single jump and flip to a side in order to kind of bait in the challenge, and then I'm the second one to hit the ball, and then I'm going to be the one who ends up winning the 50. Now, really important when you're doing this, right? You really want to make sure that your car is lining up and covering most of the ball surface area, right? So in this instance, right, I hit the ball. I hit it slightly to the left. Now, the way he's going to approach the ball, you have to this is kind of like judgment call, right? You have to kind of imagine which direction he's going to hit the ball. So I think, right, with this 50, as you guys can tell, the way the car is tilted, I think he's going to want to hit it goal side, right? He's not going to want to hit it to the corner. He's going to want to hit it goal side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try my hardest to protect the left side of the ball, right? Get as much surface area, but I'm going to try to cover as much of the left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait for him to flip into the ball, right? And then as he's hitting the ball into me, I'm going to diagonal flip to the left. In this instance, right? Usually you could just single jump, right? If it's like a straight on, like he's coming straight at you. But if the opponent is coming at an angle, left or right, you kind of want to single jump and then flip in that direction, the opposite direction, to kind of, you know, block where he wants to hit it, right? So right now I created a little bit of separation with that little touch, right? Okay, here it goes. Okay, so you see the separation. I let him jump first, then I jump, and now I'm just covering the left side of the ball. I'm going to diagonal flip to the left, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. The 50 is somewhat, I mean, I kind of want it, I guess. But still, it's like, at the very least, I baited him in, and I was able to at least somewhat win the 50-50 there. Okay, I think this is the last 50-50 from this one game. But basically, it's the same kind of concept, right? This guy, you really want to take advantage when people are coming at you, like, full steam, like, just holding down boost, right? No regard. Because this is when you can really take advantage of that. So this guy is playing with a monkey with his head cut off, right? He's going full speed. Look at all the boost he's spending, right? He's going, I'm gonna definitely beat him, right? And I'm like, okay, this guy's just gonna put it as soon as he gets to the ball, he's just gonna slam it, right? So I'm gonna do. I realize I have this separation, so as soon as he jumps, all I do here is I know for a fact that I'm gonna be the second one at the ball. So all I'm gonna do here is all I have to do is single jump, right? Single jump and kind of block majority of the ball surface area, right? Just cover as much of the ball as possible, and I'll be able to dunk him easily. Right? So that's all I'm doing, creating that separation, allowing him to be the first one to hit the ball into me, right? So all I have to do is just make any contact on the ball, and I'm going to be able to win the 50-50. So here it comes. He's going full speed. Boom. Okay, the ball's inside of me. My car is inside of the ball, right? He hits it straight into me, and then I dunk him, and it's in there instantly, right? All because I created that little bit of separation, and I'm like, okay, this guy's just going to hit it straight into me. I don't even have to do anything crazy. I just let him hit it into me, and I'm just gonna single jump and have him pay for just playing like an 8, pretty much, right? Just easy single jump straight into their net. There's nothing like an insane. There's not like there's an insane secret behind like being good at 50-50s. It's all about the timing, boys. Like literally, the more you practice this, the better and better you're gonna be at. But you just have to basically just understand the situation that you're in. So you have to understand, okay, in this sort of situation when you're keeping the ball close to yourself, or you feel like this guy's going to come full speed at you and you don't have boost or you don't have a lot of speed, you just have to understand that and be like, okay, in this type of situation, I don't have boost or anything to counter his speed, so all I have to do is try to absorb the 50 and be second one to hit the ball, and just make sure that as he's hitting the ball into me, I'm covering majority of the ball. So whether that means single jumping, and flipping, diagonal flipping to one side, just basically a little bit of a judgment call, but the more and more you guys practice this, the better and better you guys are going to be at it. But it's just literally, this sort of 50 is all about timing. Just allowing him to hit it into you, and then you just absorb it, and then win the 50 off of just like him just giving you the ball pretty much. Alright, so this is like a quick little tutorial within the tutorial. But yeah, this is really important though if you want to like win a good amount of your 50s. This is something I do a lot of the time, right? When I'm going for these head-on 50-50s, I'm going fast, they're going fast, and we're both just trying to like get as much on the ball as possible. What you want to do is you want to flip cancel into the ball, right? While hitting it like as middle in the ball as possible, taking up as much as the ball as possible, like as much surface area on the ball as possible. So quick tip, tutorial I should say. So to flip cancel, you want to jump, and then on your second jump, you flick your analog stick up and down, straight up and straight back down. So one more time, as you guys see on the overlay, I'm saving it for when I'm doing that second jump. I jump, then flick my analog stick up and down. If you guys ever played Skate, or Skate 1, 2, or 3, it's like nollying, pretty much, right? If any of you guys have played that, you guys would know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is. You're just saving your second jump, and then you flick your analog stick up and down, directly up and down. Okay, so that's just for a normal flip cancel, right? But if you're trying to flip cancel left to right, you want to do the exact same thing, but mirror the input. So if I'm trying to flip cancel to the left, right? If I'm trying to 50 it like this, and I want to flip cancel into it, you want to flick your analog stick top left, bottom right. So if it's a clock, it's like 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right? And then opposite direction, right? If I'm trying to flip cancel to the ball, like this, get to the right. I'm doing 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So top right, top left. The exact same thing, right? So that's pretty much what you want to do on every single 50-50, or almost every 50-50, and where you're going head on into the ball. Because when you're flip canceling, right, in general, your card kind of gets thrusted forward a bit, right, as you can see here. So like if I'm jumping, or if I'm front flipping, right, just normal front flip, that's what it looks like. But then if I'm flip canceling forward, you see how like my card goes further forward because your card kind of gets thrusted forward a bit. So that little bit makes a big difference when you're going into the 50s, because your card's just going to get a little bit more oomph on the ball, and then you're going to get way more power onto the 50-50, and you're going to be able to sometimes overpower your opponent if you're flip canceling into it and they're not, right? So that's something that's really important for those like head-on collisions. Alrighty, so basically, right, with that, what I just showed you guys, right, just standing behind the ball and kind of absorbing all the pressure and trying to just bait in the challenge, it kind of has a little bit of a counter to it as well, right? But it's not 100%. You still lose the 50 if the person knows what they're doing. But this is a pretty good counter to what I just showed you guys, right? So if you notice that you're playing against someone, they're like, okay, this guy's just literally just waiting for me to hit the ball into him. But I still like need to pressure. I still need to get to him fast, right? Like, what do I do, right? So this is essentially what you have to do. Like I just showed you guys in the little tutorial, I guess, the little flip cancel tutorial. You basically, if you're gonna go, if someone's doing that, right, you kind of just want to overpower them at this point, right? So the way to overpower them and kind of push the ball through them a bit, you're not just gonna like straight up like win the 50 completely, right, or just completely dunk them if you do this, but it'll still allow you to like kind of overpower them a bit and sometimes break out of that little, can kind of break their little shell that they're in, right, when they're doing that. So what you want to do is, right, so here's a little situation. I hit the ball. It's a little bit of a poor touch, right? Okay, so now if you go to this guy's POV, he's just literally doing what I just showed you guys before. He's going to just wait behind the ball. He has no boost. He's waiting for me to just hit the ball straight into him, right? So if I slow this down, let me go 50%. See, okay, so he waits for me to hit the ball, like kind of jump, and then he jumps, and now look at how much of the ball he's taking up. He's taking up pretty much... He's pretty much in line with the ball entirely, right? He actually is playing this pretty well. Now, the only thing is, though, that he's not accounting for is that I'm flip canceling through the ball. Now, if I flip cancel through the ball and he doesn't flip into the 50 as well, he's gonna lose it almost every time. So, as a result of this, right? See, he flips a little bit too late, and that way I'm just able to overpower him a bit, and I win the 50. Obviously, we're able to like eventually break out of defense out of that, but that's essentially what I did. So what I did here, I think I did, let me see if I remember correctly, I think I did a diagonal flip cancel, I want to say. Let's check. Yeah, I do a diagonal flip cancel because I know he's trying to push it right to his right, and I'm trying to push it left. I just want to basically just match him for what it is. This would work either way, as long as you're getting like, as long as you're flip canceling through the middle of the ball for the most part, or whatever weak side he's showing. So by weak side, I mean if you notice that he's trying to bait in your touch, right, and he's covered, but he's like playing, let's say he's like sitting, instead of him sitting in the middle like he is here, he's sitting more to the left, right, then you would want to flip cancel to the right to try to just overpower him, right, because he was not covering that side of the ball, and vice versa. So if he's sitting to the right of the ball and you see he's just trying to bait in your touch, you would want to flip cancel to the left. So that way you would cover the majority of the ball and you would flip cancel through it. So that way your car kind of gets that little bit extra like thrust slash like little boost through the ball, and then your car just gonna really like try to push the ball past him like I did here. So then there it is. I flip cancel to the left. There's nothing. He literally kind of gets like run over a little bit there, and then I'm able to like win that 50 and kind of counter what he's doing. So that's just something to keep in mind there. As if you guys notice that that's happening a lot to you guys, in terms of like, okay, you're just waiting for me to bait the 50 into him, you can always flip cancel, whether it be a straight up flip cancel or a diagonal flip cancel either side, and you can still overpower the person behind the ball if they're trying to just bait you in. Alright guys, in this clip right here, this is another example of me flip canceling into the 50-50, and this is like really obvious flip as to where you can see just like how much you can like overpower someone who's not flip canceling and when you're flip canceling. So I'm gonna play the clip. Okay, here we go. I'll go to the backboard. Okay, as I'm going into it, I'm like, okay, I can't shoot, right? This is gonna be a for sure 50s, but obviously I want to win it. So I'm just he's about to go. We're about to go like similar speeds pretty much. We're both taking off from like same distance. We're pretty close to the ball, like equally. So I'm thinking, okay, at this point, I'm gonna need to flip cancel into the ball. So I'm gonna try to flip cancel down the middle of the ball as much as possible. So I'm gonna let it play. Boom. And I just straight up out muscle him, and the ball goes straight in off of just this 50. Right? And that's just, you can see how I flip cancel into that. Now, if you watch it from his POV, he didn't flip cancel. All he did was, I think he side flipped here. Let it play. Yeah, he just side flipped. And he hit the ball, like, not even towards the middle, really. I'm going to slow it down in a sec. Yeah, see how he kind of hit it, like, near the bottom of the ball? He doesn't hit it down the middle either. So by him hitting on the weak side and not flip canceling, like right there, see how he's hitting it underneath it? Since he's hitting it so low, he's not flip canceling into it. It just opens up a lot of the surface areas on the ball, so I can just flip cancel and just overpower him. Nothing you can do about that. So I just wanted to show you guys that quick clip right there, because I think that was a pretty like blatant example of like how effective flip canceling into your 50s could be. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys for this 50-50 tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that it helped you guys a decent bit. If it did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I plan on making a lot more tutorials like these in the future. They're pretty easy and fun to make for me, but just let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next, and I'll try to make that for you guys. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.